Prior to starting our meeting, we will have a moment of prayer, and please stay standing for the pledge immediately after. Father, we thank you for the moisture you've given us. We ask your blessings on all these people present. Help us in any decisions we may be required to make. Please take under your protection any sick and shut-ins in Curry County and throughout the world. Finally, Eternal Father, we pray to thee for those in peril on the sea. These things we ask in your name. Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bless you.
The City of Clovis Senior Services Committee is now in session. Whoop, sorry. The City of Clovis Senior Service Committee is now in session. Could I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Render,
Here.
Donna Labatt,
Here.
Constance Williams,
Here.
Shelley Wynn,
Here.
Terry Potter,
Here.
Melinda Coslet,
Here.
Baxter Kern Representative,
Here.
La Casa Senior Center Representative, Friendship Senior Representative. Commissioner, we do have a quorum.
Thank you. Our first order of business is an approval of the minutes at a regular meeting of July 9th, 2020. Take a minute to read them, and then I'll ask for a motion. Are there any corrections to the minutes?
I see one correction. On line 103, paragraph 1A, it says Ms. Williams stated. It should be stated.
Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes as amended?
I so motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Under old business, we have a report on the mail scam that Ms. Labatt brought up last meeting. Donna, you want to talk about that? Donna, excuse me. Barbara?
Yes, sir. As stated, Ms. Labatt expressed concerns over a mail scam that was being sent out at the last meeting regarding health information. She asked if I could contact the post office. Is unable to intercept that mail at a local level. However, if there are suspicious scam letters coming through that any individual is concerned about, they can present them to the post office. The office will then in turn send that information to the Albuquerque postmaster or postmaster in Arizona, and then at that point they will do some investigation and see if they can pinpoint the source of that letter.
Thank you. Donna, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, that sounds good. That's more information than I knew before, so thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions? Thank you. Ms. Burrows, would you care to enlighten us on the CDBG?
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, members of the Senior Services Committee. Last Thursday, the city gave a presentation to the CDC, the Community Development Committee, which is the group who are responsible for making a decision as to whether or not the city will receive $750,000 towards the Senior Services Centre to be located at Hillcrest Park. We made our presentation, and for your information, Constance Williams, which you may already know, serves actually on that committee at the pleasure of Governor Lujan Grisham, which is quite opportune for this committee and for the city of Clovis. And so the presentation went fine. We only had 2 minutes to make our pitch, but they had all the data. The questions that they asked were not onerous at all. And so we are now waiting. I think we're supposed to have some sort of decision around about the 17th of September or a bit later than that. So we're sitting with our fingers crossed right now. Thank you.
Ms. Williams, would you care to add anything to that?
Hello. Basically, Claire has summed it up. We should find out on Thursday. I know that we convene again as far as the rankings and how everything falls in. And I believe that at that meeting, we will go through for really basically the top probably 10 or 11 projects. It just depends upon the funding. I think there's about 11 million or so that's there. So we'll just go through the project as far as they rank and then go and approve until the last of the funding is used up. So that
The GO bond for the rest of the funding. So that's where we are with that.
Thank you. Is this thing back on? Yeah, it
Yes.
is. We have nothing under new business. Anybody have any questions for Ms. Burrows? No new business. Let's move to reports. Do I have any reports from committee members? Senior Services.
Yes, sir, thank you. As most of you know, our programming is now being done online through social media. So I was just going to give a report. We're able to pull a 28-day report via Facebook. The average number of people who engaged with the page is 561. On a weekly, the average number that engage are 2,846. And on a 28-day, the average number that engage are 7,347. During the month of August, we were able to contact 231 seniors via telephone. We sent out 21 greeting cards, and seniors that were reached through other activities, including Google Meets activities, parking lot bingo, going around dropping off calendars. And this does not include the number of seniors who were reached through the grab and go line at Charisma, were 95. A couple of upcoming events are parking lot trivia has started every Tuesday, and Carl Korf, one of our seniors who was actually doing that activity at Baxter, is he's so enthusiastic about doing this parking lot trivia at the center now. We have a variety show scheduled for September the 24th. If you missed the variety show in August, we had a blast. It was great. We had so many laughs and people who played a harp and sang, and a few told stories and jokes, and it was so much fun. So if you're interested in participating with that or even watching it, just send us a email or send a message through Facebook, and we can definitely get you connected. If you don't, you're missing out, because we had so much fun. They've also started a virtual ladies' night with some of our seniors. Last month they had 11 participants, and they visited. They did nails, manicures, little mini. So they had a great time. Next month we are scheduled for October the 29th, I believe, and they will be doing All Things Remembered.
No, it's September 31st, isn't it?
Do you have the
29.
29th of September, though, right? Yeah.
September 29th? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm jumping a
Not
month
October,
ahead.
yeah.
So they're doing All Things Remembered. They're a favorite heirloom, a favorite photo, favorite story, anything that the ladies want to share. So you can contact us with more information on that. The next talent show is going to be held September the 24th. And then in October, we will be holding a outdoors parking lot health and information expo. We have different vendors who are providing information for our seniors. We're going to put them in bags. We have one of the pharmacists is going to be coming out and doing flu shots in the parking lot, drive-through flu shots, and we'll be handing out information at that time. Other than that, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Barbara, are you
Yes.
getting that information to Suzanne so she can put it in the newsletter?
Yes, we will. Thank you. And we're still working out details on that Health and Information Expo. Thank you.
I'm going to break in the reports and move. Mayor, I apologize for not introducing you to this august body, and to ask if you had anything you would like to say.
Mr. Commissioner, no apology necessary. That's quite all right. I appreciate you and the committee members allowing me to join today. I'm very interested in the activities of this committee and the work of this committee, so glad to be with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. Baxter Kern? No Baxter Kern.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
Whoop.
Eva McAfee.
we're still closed, but we appreciate all that Brenda and Barbara and Sandy have done. The parking lot games are really a lot of fun for anyone that wants to come. The Women's Night Out virtual was, it was really enjoyable. We had a good time with it. But we have no activities to report other than what Barbara has reported for what Brenda's been doing.
Thank you much. La Casa, David, are you on the line?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm sitting here on the line listening to your wonderful voice, and glad to report that we're getting a lot of renovations done at the senior center this week, actually this past month. Got a new roof put on, got a couple of new HVACs up there, and now they've repainted the outside of the building, and now they're repainting the inside of the building, getting all of that done, making it look really nice and pretty so when everybody comes back. We continue to provide transportation services to our seniors at no cost for those 60 and above. If anybody knows of anyone who needs that, please send them our way, and we'll be glad to sign them up and start providing them transportation around the city. We're doing this time we're doing the medical appointments to do grocery shopping, to pay bills, and just general shopping if needed. So we're working with them on that, and really glad to see the other activities that are going on for our seniors, because that keeps them active and moving and doing what they need to be doing. So socializing via virtually is better than nothing, I guess. But my hat's off to Barbara and the staff at the Friendship Center and the Senior Center there with all they're doing. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you, sir. Resident seniors, Charisma?
Yes, sir. Ashley White is not able to make it tonight, if I may speak on her behalf. The Curry Resident Senior Meals Association is still offering grab-and-go meals to seniors over 60 for a suggested $3 donation. Meals are available through the West Alley Drive-Up from 11 to 1, Monday through Friday. The Clovis Area Transit System is helping with some of the deliveries of that, of homebound seniors. They have actually added an additional route, so they're up to 4 routes now, serving approximately 150 in-home in the homebound seniors. In the month of August, 117 meals going out the door.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
50-plus Olympics?
Excuse me,
Actually, have
if I
something
may
to
make a
report.
comment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Barbara, how does that compare with previous months?
Honestly, I do not have the data from
Everything?
previous
Okay.
months, but I know that it has picked up drastically.
That's
For
my
them-
perception, yes.
Yes, for them to add an additional route, we have definitely, the mill site has definitely picked up.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, 50-plus Olympics.
Okay, we were able to meet in August with the old board, voted to do a ballot by mail so we can get a new board in place. The deadline is the 12th, and then Shelley Wynn and Kathy Ullman are going to count those votes. And on the 17th, we will meet again, and we will actually have a new board, official new board on record, and we'll move on from there. Hopefully, things will open up a little bit, and we'll be able to do some things. We're hoping later in the fall or early next year at the latest that we can hold some workshops and hold some get-together fun things. We'll just have to see how it goes. But we will have a new board by the September 17th.
Questions?
I'm Susan Ullman, and I am the program assistant for the RSVP FGP programs. All I hear from my seniors when I call them is, when are they going to open? When are we going to see our friends? When is this going to be over? And I just tell them, I don't know. Soon, I hope. COVID-19 has significantly impacted our communities and affected our volunteers' ability to keeping serving. I've been conducting a telephone survey in August, and in an effort to gauge what volunteers are doing during this time and to evaluate future volunteer opportunities and roles. Overall, thus far,
65% of our RSVP, which means retired and senior volunteers, have completed the survey, and the following is a preview of the volunteer responses. The number of volunteers currently serving during this time is 28 volunteers, or 56%, and 44% are not able to serve at this time due to the closure or restricted access to the volunteer station. Volunteers have served a combined total of 2,493 hours since March through August, compared to the combined 13,546 hours volunteered provided to community in the prior 6 months. The numbers are low. Nevertheless, the volunteer hours currently donated by our volunteers are vital during this time. Examples of activities our volunteers have done or are still doing between March and August: AARP resumed with tax assistance in May and June until they were shut down. The Needle Gang are still crocheting all their things at home and for donation to the local nonprofits. The volunteers are keeping their senior centers secure and in good condition by cleaning and checking on senior centers. The volunteer station board officers continue to attend board meetings and take care of fiscal responsibilities. Volunteers are still taking care of those in need of sustenance by delivering Meals on Wheels, delivering commodities at Salvation Army, and collecting food distributed at Bread of Life Ministries. The volunteers are delivering newspapers, personal protective equipment, gift bags, providing transportation to pay bills to the grocery store, pharmacy, etc. Our call companions are calling people who are homebound and therefore reducing their sense of isolation, while others are providing comfort and support to our neighbors by running errands, emptying trash, providing a homemade meal, and collecting their mail. And one volunteer teaches line dancing. 48% of volunteers not serving at this time reported that they are comfortable about resuming their volunteer duties after COVID-19. Restrictions are lifted, and percentage of volunteers less comfortable or not comfortable at all about resuming volunteering was about somewhere in the middle. 90% of the volunteers hope to resume their volunteer schedule once the restrictions are lifted and the stations open, but 10% are either uncertain or have decided not to resume serving as a volunteer at this time. They said it was not a good time to go back, and a couple said that they would wait for a vaccine. Others told us that they were most concerned about contracting COVID-19 virus or bringing it to a loved one at home who was at high risk. We also asked our volunteers what changes or main safety precautions they expect to encounter at their volunteer stations once they get back in to serve. And 76% expect PPE equipment such as masks and gloves and sanitizers will be required. 21% stated that they expect there will be less face-to-face contact with social distancing and frequent hand washing as a regular practice. 3% stated they believe modifications as a curbside delivery and plexiglass barriers will still be in place. Others said that they would follow mandated precautions set by the stations, especially the hospital. 65% of distancing would definitely help to make them more comfortable when returning to volunteer service, and 5% would like to see less face-to-face contact. 30% of volunteers stated that they felt completely comfortable about returning to serve right now. I'm almost done. We still have surveys to complete, but thus far we have rediscovered what we knew all along. Senior volunteers are continuing to serve their community, are well aware that safety precautions are necessary during this time, and they will need to adapt to the changes brought about due to COVID-19, but are eager and willing to jump back into service as soon as possible. A big thank you to all who answered our survey.
Just on a side note,
Sure.
got a phone call today from Pink Ladies at the
Yeah.
hospital. Will be allowed to go back on Monday at the front desk only as a test kind of thing. The gift shop will not be open, but we will be back working at the front desk starting Monday.
Okay, so who's going back first?
I'll go back on Tuesday.
Are they going to put a plexiglass thing up there, or are they just going to leave it open?
I know that they're going to take our temperature as we come in. We'll have our mask on. I don't know about the plexiglass. I
Okay.
haven't heard or anything. I
Okay.
just know I'll show up Tuesday and do my shift.
All right, cool beans.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? Ms. Nguyen has something for the good of the order.
Yeah, just an information for, I know Brenda gets a lot of calls in regards to the income tax, because our AARP tax aid was shut down
so early, and then we opened again for a couple of weeks. We did over 250 in those couple of weeks we were open. But anybody that has any questions, when they, tell them not to worry till next year. We don't know what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it. We know all of our training will be virtual. But tell them not to worry, because IRS isn't doing anything. If they owed money, those people probably had those done already or went to a paid prepare. But tell them not to worry. We'll be back next year. We just don't know how.
All righty.
I would like to take a moment and thank everybody for continuing to work through this very difficult time. I know it is, and I know that it's difficult to keep things going and to keep morale boosted, and it's very hard to do that. And thank everybody for the work you're doing. I appreciate it. Anything else for good of the order? Mr. Howell?
I'd like to echo your statement, Barbara and Sandy and Brenda, what they've been doing and trying to reach out and connect with the seniors through Facebook and engage any way that we can. Your team has done an awesome job, and I appreciate that. And so kudos and pass that along to your staff. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir.
I have.
Yes, ma'am.
At the last meeting, I asked a question, given the environment in which we live, about the chore services for seniors who can't clean their own homes and things like that. And I'm still concerned about that. Do we have any kind of a feeling about how many people are in need? What kind of problems that not being able to clean your home properly may present?
No, ma'am. I don't have data on that. We haven't really received any phone calls for chore services. The last that I heard was Aging Long-Term Services has discontinued state-funded programs. However, if there are seniors who need to go out on their own through private home care, I believe that those services are still going, such as Accolade, Options, different organizations like that. It's just the state-funded programs that have been placed on hold.
So you haven't heard anything from our general population of seniors that, hey, I need help or whatever?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay.
We've not heard anything either.
I would say, of the people that I call, none of them have expressed a deep need.
Okay. All right.
Look, Donna, it's Constance. As far as, basically people who are needing those type of services can still sign up through the different agencies that Barbara had listed. Some of it's Medicare, Medicaid, and also private pay. But I have been following up. I've had a couple of APS cases that I've had to follow up on from our office, and reached out to long-term aging services because I said, hey, basically. Sorry, you got to hear my kids yelling in the background. I apologize. But basically, the referrals have gone in. People have reached out. They felt like, hey, maybe APS wasn't responding in the way that the individual thought that they should have. So we followed up with them, and I have a couple of cases. So if you are having any individuals like that, like I said, they're still functioning in the ways of like, hey, trying to at least network and get people connected to the resources that are available. So if you are encountering people like that, let me know, or we can make referrals to the agencies that need to be made, and then also we'll follow up with those to see what they have done.
Okay. Thank you.
If I may touch on that note as well, on our Facebook page, I actually posted the Aging Long-Term Services resource line. So if there is a senior out there who is having difficulty with anything, they can contact them, and then like Constance says, they will give a referral and try to contact the entity that needs to reach out to that person.
Thank you.
And thank you. Mr. Bersenio, you have anything?
No, sir, I'm done.
Thank you. Our next meeting is scheduled for November 19th, 3 o'clock, in this same room. Hearing nothing further, we are adjourned.